The light in your eyes. Love that transcends time in one of the bustling cities, where neon lights merged with the sunset sky, creating a unique urban landscape, lived a girl named Sakura. Her name, like a blossoming cherry tree, seemed to foretell the blossoming of her life. She was an ordinary high school girl, not standing out from the crowd of her peers, but deep in her soul there was untapped potential, waiting for its time. Sakura was modest and shy, preferring solitude and silence to noisy companies. Her long pink hair, like cherry petals, was always neatly styled and framed a gentle face with large brown eyes, full of dreams and fantasies. She often held textbooks in her hands, trying to keep up with her studies and making every effort to meet the expectations of her parents and teachers. Her days were spent in a routine of schoolwork, homework, and rare walks in the park, where she loved to read books, hiding in the shade of old trees. She dreamed of the future, of true love, of adventures, but she did not dare to go beyond the usual. She was afraid to take a step into the unknown. Sakura, like a bud, tightly squeezed, waiting for warmth to open up in all its beauty. Her life seemed to flow quietly and measuredly, but soon fate prepared an unexpected turn for her, which was supposed to change everything. One day, after tiring school classes, Sakura, tired but happy, went to visit her best friend, the cheerful and sociable Yumi. The girls, like two inseparable halves, sat in a cozy room, flooded with sunlight, laughing and chatting, discussing the latest school news, gossip, and dreams about the future. Suddenly, the door of the room opened slightly, and Yumi's older brother, Takashi, appeared in the doorway. He was a tall, stately young man with a confident gait and piercing gray eyes. His well-built figure, elegant business suit, and charismatic smile radiated success and self-confidence. Takashi was a successful businessman, the owner of a thriving company, and was extremely popular with girls who admired his charm and charisma. He entered the room to greet the girls, but the moment his gaze accidentally met Sakura's, his heart suddenly froze. Time seemed to stop, and he felt the world around him disappear, leaving only the two of them. In her large brown eyes, full of innocence and purity, he saw something that touched the deepest strings of his soul. He realized that he had met the one he had been looking for all his life, the one and only one who was destined for him by fate. At that moment, the successful businessman and heartthrob Takashi turned into a timid young man, speechless from the overwhelming feelings. Takashi, struck by Sakura's beauty and innocence, began to court her beautifully and persistently, trying to win her heart. It was as if he had turned into a knight, ready for any feat for the sake of his beautiful lady. He invited her on romantic dates to cozy cafes and picturesque parks, gave her bouquets of her favorite pink roses, as if expressing his tender feelings with them, and presented her with exquisite gifts, emphasizing her uniqueness. He always tried to be there, supporting her in difficult moments and sharing her joys and sorrows. He helped her with her studies, gave her advice in difficult situations, and simply listened to her when she needed to speak out. He was attentive, caring, and gallant, as if he had come from the pages of a romantic novel. But Sakura at that time had a boyfriend named Ru. Ru was Sakura's classmate, a popular athlete, self-confident and accustomed to the attention of girls. He was jealous and domineering, considered Sakura his property, and did not even allow the thought that she could pay attention to someone else. And when he noticed that Takashi began to appear often near Sakura, showing her signs of attention and caring for her, his jealousy and anger grew every day, like a snowball rolling down a mountain and gaining strength. He saw Takashi as a rival, a threat to his relationship with Sakura, and was willing to do anything to protect his territory. Ru, blinded by jealousy and obsessed with keeping Sakura, was determined to get rid of his rival, Takashi, at any cost, stopping at nothing, even if it meant breaking the law and hurting another person. His love, distorted by selfishness and possessiveness, turned into a dangerous obsession. Having carefully planned his evil plan, he staged an accident by sabotaging the brakes on Takashi's car, hoping that this would be a fatal lesson for him. Takashi, with his excellent driving skills and incredible reflexes, narrowly avoided a terrible accident, But this incident became a serious warning for him that his rival was willing to do anything for Sakura. However, failure did not stop the enraged Ryu. Using more subtle tactics, he began spreading dirty rumors about Takashi, trying to tarnish his reputation in the eyes of Sakura and those around him. He spread false information about his business, personal life and character, hoping that this would make Sakura disappointed in him and turn away. Ryu was ready to do anything base, just not to lose Sakura, who had become the meaning of his life and an object of manipulation for him. Sakura, with her sensitive soul and sharp mind, began to notice oddities in Ryu's behavior. His actions became more and more illogical and suspicious, as if he was hiding something. Carefully avoiding her gaze, her heart, previously filled with love and trust, was now tormented by doubts and a premonition of imminent disaster. She understood that she had to understand the situation and find out the truth, no matter how bitter it was, and decided to act. She carefully watched his every step, analyzed his words and actions, trying to unravel this dark secret. One day, when Ryu once again tried to denigrate Takashi, spreading false and humiliating rumors about him, Sakura, unable to bear these lies and injustice any longer, broke down and demanded an explanation from Ryu, looking him straight in the eyes. Her voice sounded determined and firm, as if she was ready to listen to any truth, no matter how painful it was. Ryu, unable to withstand the pressure of her piercing gaze and feeling of guilt, broke down and confessed everything, telling about his insidious plans, the arranged accident and the rumors he spread. His words, like poisonous arrows, pierced Sakura's heart, causing her unbearable pain. Sakura was shocked. She could not believe that the person she loved, whom she trusted, could do this, stoop to such baseness and cruelty. Her world, which seemed so bright and beautiful, suddenly darkened, filled with disappointment and despair. Sakura, with a broken heart and an empty soul, made a difficult decision and broke up with Ryu, realizing that their relationship was built on lies and selfishness, and not on sincere love and trust. She understood that she could not stay with a person capable of such meanness and cruelty. She rethought her feelings and looked into the depths of her heart and realized that her true love belongs to Takashi, a man who showed her care, attention and sincerity. She realized that it was with him that she felt happy and protected and that it was he who was capable of giving her true love. One quiet and romantic evening, when they were walking through the park, strewn with fallen leaves and illuminated by the moonlight, Sakura, having plucked up her courage, stopped and, taking a deep breath, gathered her courage to say the most important words in her life. "Takashi, I have to tell you something. I love you." Her voice trembled with excitement, and her heart was pounding in her chest. She was afraid of rejection, but at the same time she hoped for reciprocity. Hearing her confession, Takashi smiled tenderly and answered, looking into her eyes with love and admiration, "Sakura, I love you too. I will always be there to protect you, take care of you and make you the happiest woman in the world." Their long-awaited confession became the beginning of a new, bright stage in their lives. They realized that together they were stronger, that together they could overcome any difficulties and hardships that might come their way. Their love became a bright light that illuminated their path, making every day brighter, happier and filled with meaning. Since then, Sakura and Takashi were inseparable. They supported each other in difficult moments, shared joys and sorrows, and built their future together. Their story became an example of how true love can overcome any obstacles and trials, that it can defeat evil and injustice, and that it is the most valuable gift in a person's life.